My name is Ralph Kolewe. I'm the author of The Absence of Zero, which has just been published by Book Hub Press. The Absence of Zero is a long poem, a very long poem. It consists of 256 quartets, 34 interruptions, organized in 16 parts. It's a lot of pages. The structure of the book is derived from a mathematical object, so it's constrained. There are repetitions and echoes. It tries to deal with the questions of time and memory that poets love to think about and people love to think about. Because it's so long and because it works by repetitions and echoes over a lengthy text, it's hard to present in a quick 3-minute reading kind of thing. So I'm going to try to give you a flavor of it by reading a few of the quartets and one or so of the interruptions. So that will take a few minutes. So again, this is The Absence of Zero, and I'm going to read 3 quartets and some interruptions. Cold rain, too, the bare tree on Crawford Street, clearly visible fractal reach of its branches, as if the purpose of light in another city to glimpse a fox in this civil twilight, London, say. All is not lost. To wonder what grace this leaves us with, what tradition remains to be unfolded and reread, what value and answering the sleepers in the underground, blacked out windows, and the few walking dark streets alone, without remembering or acting on memory. Something I have said before, I shall say it again, at liberty, before decision, in contemplation. A pebble gathering speed only now again. 12:56 p.m. Overcast, and this is the center of the century, the pane of glass, the rock hurled at the lightning cracks radiating before the slivers crash, silence not ending it still, and fire not ending it, and ashes not ending it, every language burnt and written on air, hot metal and dust. Unrecognized names, wasted teleology, or a diary. All this, every object, field, connection to a past, reaching out to futures, all the sinews between them, bunched here, obviously, stop. Change in a field relative to the parallel aberration, incoming photon, but time has no scent, no trace, is framed by memory. Unending, unpunctuated by any equilibrium, mathematical notation for events, coordinates and vectors in rough outline, arranged and unarranged, disarranged, moments close to touching, hold without, because there's no end to it, and is that supposed to be a comfort? Or the fox, unexpected and subtle. There are no flowers, and there, thought, intent, grace, silence, mind, truth, sharp edges, diffuse shadows, breathing neither noise nor silence, uncertain, bright rose blood, rest, heat, eventually unreadable. And if there is no refusing time, the remainder ending with time beginning, families we couldn't grow up in, families we couldn't grow up in, because 32 or 34 variations, a number, are not enough, so a list of losses at canonical hours left. Drawing, measuring, writing now, a thread, all the threads twisted, radiant starvation that left only pure gray, convenient forgetting and unasked for names. To be reassured exist. Consider grief introjected and smoke-thin rain cracking under empty. If this is a history, then not hierarchical dogma, numbered parts and missing, because I don't have a story to tell beyond I want it to be, which is wrong. Ink dries quickly in the sun. And if I interrupt myself, again, or for the 29th time, obviously unfinished, provisional, as it was always going to be, a few fragments retrieved from what? No one to answer that. No one to ask. Telling myself once, but memory is doubtful, unreliable, and less and less. Let's say the frame shrinks around the clock. Fragments and suspicion, sometimes an insincere act, sometimes a black-white light radiance, and a song if every note is melancholia, or a number, spatter, leopard, the starry sky, or smallpox scar, should be, or is it will have been, this close to the end, come back to it, grasping in devotion like the raven or kingfisher. Perhaps forgetting is pure unknowing, possible to be precise. Outlines can be enough, curving, falling, recited, absence, pools of rain and mossy stones, colder, wetter days getting shorter, a roomful of light, a door into the net of sky, not infinite, receding, remembered clouds, and no detail, every clock. The line moves, the shadow moves. It's The Absence of Zero from Book Hug Press.